From the power of the Rocky Mountains, I bring you the Prince of Power. It's time! It's time!
It's Pro Wrestling Podcast. Welcome to It's All Pro Wrestling Podcast. My name is Bill.
And my name is Doug.
And together we are two men in our 40s talking about professional wrestling. What could be more interesting than that? Not a goddamn thing. Doug?
Fucking A right, Bill.
Jesus. How was your week?
Oh, do you want the version where I say, oh, Bill, it was so good?
No, I want the version where you just be like, well, first of all, Bill, I talked to you on Monday, and this is what happened since. That's what I want, Doug.
Okay. What happened since?
Got ready for my garage sale.
I watched the Nuggets. They're really good at basketball.
They are really good at basketball. I have come off my higher than thou art bullshit with the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I am a bandwagon Nuggets fan. I started watching them this season. I watched them a little bit in 2020 during things, but I've come around completely, and it's all because of the Nuggets. I have officially believe, and I've said this, and now I'm saying this and on a recording, Nikola Jokic is the best basketball player of all time. The reason why I say that is because previously I believed that Magic Johnson was the best basketball player of all time. And Jokic is better than Magic. And I think we could all agree upon that at least Jokic is better than Magic.
For the people in Colorado, you know who Jokic is, and you agree with Bill.
Most people who follow the NBA know who Jokic is. He won 2 back-to-back MVPs, and he was a close second for a third MVP this year. No, it's not like people don't know who Jokic is.
I just hate hearing stories from.
Yeah, he's a big, goofy, multicolored pink or multi-shade pink Serbian guy who is insane. He's fucking insane. What he does on the court and how smart he is on the court. He is the best basketball player, in my opinion, ever. And anyone who says Kobe can literally go fuck themselves. Fuck Kobe Bryant.
I love Jokic. He's amazing. These Nuggets as an overall team
fuck
are
Kobe
just
Bryant.
Amazing.
It's a fun team. It's a great team to watch. This team is better to watch than the 06 through 09 team, the Kmart era, the Mellow Kmart AI era. This is and because, dude, you and I were huge into the Nuggets then. Like, I mean, I think during that period of time, I was going to a game every 2 or 3 weeks. Like, I mean, I was hardcore.
I had that.
This is a better team.
I had that 10-game package from, I think, Melo's rookie year.
Yeah.
For a while.
I forgot about that. I completely spaced that out. And we were going for free because we had hookups through Kroenke. Fuck Stan Kroenke. But like, yeah, no, this team's fucking great. It's so much fun to watch.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but I don't think if Miami plays,
I feel sorry for the Heat. Mallory asked me, she's like, so who are the people that we're supposed to watch for the Heat? And I'm like, it's Jimmy Butler and Abu Yabadulo. I'm really bad at pronouncing names. I'm sorry.
Bam.
Yeah, Bam. And she's just like, I haven't heard his name yet. I'm like,
yeah.
Go Nuggets. Anyway, so what else did you do?
I saw The Little Mermaid.
How was The Little Mermaid, Doug? God, you are just a theater boy.
I am. My daughter loves going to the movies.
No, I do. Fuck, I love going to the movies. I can't blame her.
Now that I finally started like going again, yeah, I like it. It was really good. It was quite enjoyable. Scuttle.
What about
Scuttle is
Scuttle?
the best character.
I'm not gonna go see Little Mermaid.
No?
My kids have slight interest in it.
Yeah.
But they're like, we'll see it when it comes to streaming. I'm like, perfect.
That's cool.
While
My
we're all
daughter's-
just in anticipation for Oppenheimer. How many Oppenheimer commercials did you see today during the Nuggets game, Doug?
Like 16.
Oh, beautiful. It's rated R. It's rated R, Doug.
Wonder
Why
why.
the fuck is I have a theory on it. And essentially it's that war is god awful, total war is atrocious, and the United States is responsible for creating, manufacturing, detonating, and using against a civilian population, not once but twice, a thing that is beyond total war.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want kids to know about this. So I'm pretty sure I'm at least taking my 12-year-old to Oppenheimer. At least I might take my 8-year-old too. Because they need to know this shit. They need
I should come and
fucking-
go with you because if I'm not going to see it on my own, I'll see it when it comes out on TV.
Oh, I'm gonna go. There's a 70 millimeter IMAX down here.
Okay.
In the Denver area. I'm going to go see it on because that's what you're supposed to see. Okay. I'm sorry. Enough Oppenheimer talk.
Bill, how's your week?
I'm waiting to get my MRI on my ankle still.
Good.
That's on Sunday because apparently you can schedule MRIs on Sundays.
That's cool. Did he go to the
yeah.
ER at all?
I went to the ER on Friday. That sucked. I have a cool picture. I sent it to you. I think you're the only one that has that picture.
Oh, was it you in the bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
strapped up to the EKG monitors.
Yeah. You never replied to my response.
I don't know what you responded.
I said, Bill.
I thought I was dying. Like I legitimately thought I was dying.
You had such a nice, happy smile on your face, though.
I did, despite the fact I thought I was dying. I wasn't dying.
My comment was, do I need to come up and shave your chest?
No, but they ended up having to shave my chest because one of the EKG monitors wasn't working right. So they took a chunk out of my frothy chest hair. And then I've been doing soccer tryouts for the last 3 days.
Cool. Which child?
Both.
Shit.
Yeah, they're both like competitive, dude. Like,
are you coaching both? Or are you just taking them?
Well, so for my daughter, I was not on the sideline to do that, which makes sense because of my bias, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's a higher level than what my son's doing. But I was on the sideline for my son. That was insane because there's this kid. There's so much depending on this one kid that was just trying out with us because he's so fucking good. And if we can get him, like, this is a kid. Well, I will tell you, he's probably 9 now. My guess is that he's 9. He can beat every single one of my daughter's teammates, including my daughter, who are 12 and 13, and he can kill them. He is insane. Like, I've never seen a kid like this. This is a kid that will have a professional career.
Yeah.
Like, and so we recruited him to come try out for us.
How'd you find him?
Yeah, it's soccer politics in Denver.
Yeah.
Essentially, we poached like half of a team from another club because the other club is not a good team or not a good club. No, we've been poaching from them in all of our teams because the club is dog shit.
Okay.
It rhymes with the Bapids club up here. Yeah, the kid was fucking amazing. Though my son, who is playing a year up, this kid had a breakaway like during scrimmage. My son, who's like the youngest player on the field, like went up and tackled the kid. So not American football tackle, but like he squared him up, put his foot on the ball, and took the ball away from the kid. And I was like, what the fuck? Like it was a one-on-one situation. And I was just like, oh shit, I don't know how I'm supposed to handle this. I mean, I was very proud. The kid should have just made my son just fall on his face. Like
just done laps around him.
Oh fuck yeah. He was insane. But anyway, sorry. That's enough young soccer talk. Oh, I also watched wrestling.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Me too.
Yeah. What'd you watch?
Yeah. Well, as everyone knows, because you've already listened to our fantastic Double or Nothing special.
It was okay. It wasn't that great.
No, our special we did was amazing. It was better than
the special one. Yeah, yeah.
I watched Double or Nothing. I watched most of Dynamite. I watched our homeworks. And I watched Darkside of the Ring.
Let's start out with Darkside.
Let's do it.
As far as Darkside is concerned,
yes,
I know I've had you watch a couple. Even for an assignment, I think I had you watch something. I don't even remember what it was. But for the most part, you haven't watched a lot of the Dark Sides. Is that correct?
That's correct. I've watched a handful. Plane Ride.
Which wasn't that good.
God, I don't think I've seen any of the first season.
First season's great. The Last of the Von Erichs is probably my favorite episode ever of Darkside. The Gorgeous Gino is a great one. And Brody's good just because like it has a lot of Abdullah in it for you.
Yeah. I watched the Nick Gage Collision and is Collision in Korea the crazy?
Yes, it was the WCW New Japan show in Pyongyang.
Plane Ride from Hell, The Double Life of Chris Canyon.
That was a good one. Canyon was a good one.
Onita's
FMW.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
And that is it, unfortunately. But I mean, I have every intention of watching them. It's just instead of picking and choosing, I'm just gonna start at one and watch them all.
Here's the greatest thing about Darkside is that it is a very good, very abbreviated version of all the shoot interviews you can collect into one topic, essentially. Season 3 just started last night. Was it last night? Was it Wednesday? Or was it Tuesday?
4.
It was Tuesday. Season 4. Did I say season 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Season 4 was May 30th. So that was Tuesday. Looks like there's a 10 episode season. First season was Chris and Tammy. The story of Chris Candido and Tammy Lynn Sitch, Doug. First question. Have you seen Tammy Lynn Sitch's porno?
No.
Okay.
Have you?
I've seen the abbreviated version. Yes. I'm not. I saw. Yeah, I did. I saw. I believe what I think it was the trailer. That's.
I had nothing.
What?
It's fine.
Yeah. The porno was not fine. It was.
Nick. Wasn't it a weird name? Because I saw
Sunnyside Up, if I believe correctly.
That is correct. Because I was looking at I was looking at Wiki today. Like as I was watching it, I would pause and then look up Candido, and then Sunny.
The Sunnyside Up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Sunnyside Up. It's I'm pretty sure she farts in the middle of it.
That's cool.
It's for your own discretion. People, please go find out. See if she does. I don't know.
Let us know on Twitter.
Yeah, let us know on Twitter and in the comments below. But
okay,
so
how much did you know of these two going into it?
A lot.
Did you? Okay.
A lot. Candido was a huge boy for me in ECW. There was they showed the highlight of it, but the very first ECW pay-per-view I watched, it was Lance Storm versus Candido. And Candido does the blonde bombshell finisher, which is the top rope finisher, and like launches Lance Storm 3/4 across the ring. And Lance takes bumps correctly, but fucking smashes his head into the, I mean, it was brutal. And I saw Candido and I was like, oh shit, that's the guy from those videos from the new gen or next gen 1994-95 videos of WWF videos I was watching. It's Skip. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, fuck, that guy's fucking amazing. I was a big Candido fan. I was a big fan of the triple threat in ECW, primarily because of Candido, and then Bam Bam, and then Lance Storm was also, the triple
threat we saw at the end of that Bam Bam Taz match where
it was Shane Douglas, Candido, and yes,
okay,
Candido, Shane Douglas, and Bam Bam.
Nice.
And there was a point where if I was going to buy an ECW shirt, like go and order an ECW shirt, it was going to be a triple threat. It was going to be the triple threat shirt, the yellow shirt, because I thought it was cool because it was yellow. It wasn't just a black shirt.
Right.
And the logo was cool, even though it was just like a knockoff Superman logo. And Chris Candido. Like, I loved Chris Candido. And so as you asked me, like, how much did I know? I don't want to support this, but I say if you want a good story about early Chris Candido and early Tammy on YouTube, Cornette has what's known as the Smoky Mountain Omnibus, which is like a 3 to 4 hour YouTube video of him talking about the history of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And he goes into depth with Chris and Tammy, and he talks about how he got them kind of involved with WWF and all these things. So I wasn't too surprised about, nothing surprised me. I knew how he passed. My wife asked me if Tammy was still alive, and I said yes, because Mallory watches these with me and she likes them. That's another reason why, like, these are so easy to grab a hold, because it's just a 30-minute go. Mm-hmm. I thought his brother, Johnny, did a really good job. Johnny's been very active as far as trying people to remember Candido or not to forget Chris Candido. Right. He's been very active on that, which is awesome. The one thing I will say, other than, I'll let you get into like the depressing parts, was how they completely left out his WCW run.
I was kind of surprised with that.
This story needed to be at least an hour. It shouldn't have been 30 minutes. But because there's a lot that happens that you can still tell in a concise story, but it should have been longer. His WCW run, it's really sad and depressing, because that was kind of during the height of both of them literally falling apart, but not to even recognize it, because for some people, in all honesty, they didn't know who Candido was until he was in WCW. Mm-hmm. You know, they might have remembered him as Skip. So that's my only critique of it.
Let me ask you this real quick. If you would have a theory on why they left WCW out? Do you think it's as simple as they ran out of time, or was there something within the WCW run they just didn't want to put their hand on?
I think it was a couple things. I think time was definitely part of it. I think the other part of it was, I don't know how much this is legitimate or how much it's still around, but the producers for Dark Side of the Ring have started working with Vince as far as access, as far as some certain things. So that can mean that Vince or the WWE might have a little bit of say in something.
Gotcha.
That's been the worry since it was announced that they were kind of working with WWE. Things would have to go through the WWE corporate system before it got out. Like his WCW run, would that have anything to do with it? I can't imagine why, but it could. I can't think of anything super upsetting other than he wasn't in a good place. Tammy wasn't in a good place at all. Well, Tammy hasn't been in a good place since right before she met fucking HBK. By the way, Shawn Michaels is a giant piece of shit and should never be forgiven for any of the shit he's ever done. Ever. Anyway, Doug. So
that must have been why on Twitter, it was either Tuesday or last night, I was seeing a lot of fuck Shawn Michaels comments.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's 100% what it is. With no context, because, yeah. Oh, fuck. The Heartbreak Kid during that era is all I can say is Bret Hart was right. Bret Hart is always right. Shawn Michaels is lucky that he had Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, two big motherfuckers to protect him at all times.
Was that Cornette that said Candido would have torn him apart and shoved his parts up his own ass?
Yeah. Yeah. Other than those jackoffs that yeah, right. Yeah. Cornette was good in this one too, by the way.
He was.
That's the Cornette. That's the Cornette I like. God damn it. And that's why like listening to that omnibus, like Cornette has these omnibuses of like the Smoky Mountain. He has one on OVW. He has one on 89 Crockett Promotions / WCW. They're so fucking good. He's so entertaining to listen to and such a wealth of knowledge. Now, granted, he comes off like an egotistical prick who's never wrong, but there's still so much information that you can get from him. And that's why it just fucking sucks that the cult of Cornette is what it is. And he is who he is in working everyone. But it was good to see Cornette be pretty legitimate. I would say he's as legitimate in that as I've ever seen him. Fair.
There's only a few slight cockiness moments that sort of came out, but they weren't like...
Yeah. Well, he's a cocky prick.
Yeah. But it wasn't like over the top.
These motherfuckers don't know how to work. Yeah. Fuck Kenny Omega, by the way. Yeah. None of that kind of shit. But okay, Doug. Yes. What is your experience with Tammy Lynn Sitch and Chris Candido going into this?
I mean, briefly knew of, Sunny as the diva. Yeah. And, the Attitude Era days. Chris Candido, I believe when I was doing my pro wrestling crate a while back and I had a micro brawler and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And it was like Chris Candido.
It was a Candido?
Oh, you're like, man. Oh, you don't know.
Oh, I kind of remember that.
I'm like, huh, okay. Seems like an interesting one just to throw in here, but okay. Now I'm like, oh, shit. That's cool.
He's the fucking man.
So
you didn't know it. You didn't know him as Skip from the Body Nanas. You didn't, obviously the ECW stuff. I know you weren't there for it. Do you remember Skip, from WCW at all?
Skip sounds familiar now. Like at seeing him, I briefly remember that.
Okay.
ECW didn't know it. I wasn't quite it.
You weren't there. It's fine.
There at that point, and I think I might briefly remember him from the his WCW run, but that may have been like when we were kind of fading out of.
His WCW run was definitely when we were fading out of it. His probably most infamous match in WCW was the one with Terry Funk, where they're fighting on Funk's ranch and a horse kicks Terry Funk in the middle of the fucking match. Like,
Jesus.
yes.
I don't remember that at all.
It's a fun match. And I mean, it doesn't show the prowess of Chris Candido.
What year was
But it
that?
definitely
Because I thought his WCW run was like, I thought I read today 2000-ish.
Yeah, it was like 99, 2000.
Okay.
I'll look it up real quick.
The Funkster was still going strong at that point.
Of course, he was fucking still going. He's Terry fucking Funk. May 31st, 2000.
Yeah, so I unfortunately didn't know much about either, except for Sunny is a pretty lady.
She is. I mean,
Yeah.
really, both of them, good looking fuckers. Candido's a hunk. Tammy was a very pretty lady. Tammy was insanely charismatic. Like, she really, really was. Even towards the end of the ECW days and in her WCW days, like, she was still, like, even though she's fucked beyond belief, she still had something. Like, you saw those promos in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing, and they were still better than most promos you see today.
For sure.
God, it sucks so fucking bad. That era of fucking wrestling. And for Candido to go from WWF, which was fucking insanely shitty beyond belief, because they had to start testing for pot. So everyone started doing fucking painkillers and somas, to going to ECW, which, fuck. I mean, we all saw Sabu's Instagram picture on Twitter this week. I mean, and then going to WCW, which was just as fucking bad, but you got more money to spend, and you weren't bouncing checks because fucking Heyman's a piece of shit.
Heyman fucked them.
I didn't know about them booking fucking flights for ECW. God, and they were getting paid in cash. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus fucking Christ. Bunch of fucking carnies.
And they have to book it with their own Visa card in the beginning?
Yeah, they were booking it with their Amex card. They're booking it with their Amex card. And then Heyman is paying them cash to reimbursement, which means that, like, if Heyman misses a month, they're paying interest on that. Guarantee you 100 fucking percent Heyman is not paying the interest, and that Heyman is also not recording any of these payments. And
they're trying to keep their jobs.
Fucked. Yeah, and they're trying to do what's right. So just absolute fucking dog shit.
So I knew little to none about both of them, but I thought it was a fantastic episode. Learned a lot. I thought everyone who had a part in telling a story did a really good job, from Mick to Cornette, Lance Storm. I agree with you. His brother did a really good job.
He did. His brother, you could tell his brother cares so much about him.
Yeah,
that's one thing I like about Darkside too, is that they involve the family that wants to be involved. And they treat the family of these people with the utmost respect. They don't.
For sure.
It doesn't feel like they exploit them, and which is really great. I mean, that was the best thing I think out of the Brian Pillman episode, was you got the aunt that ended up raising Pillman's kids, like, and you're just like, that woman's amazing and beautiful and great.
So I was wondering throughout that you only hear these little voice recordings from Sunny.
It was a shoot from somewhere.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 different dates on them, so a few shoots from throughout the years. But then at the end, they show that Sunny declined to,
I think her lawyers declined
yeah,
because she's in jail.
Yeah.
She's incarcerated because she
Mhm.
murdered someone because she murdered someone.
Her seventh, it was like her seventh DUI or some
Seventh
shit.
DUI. Yeah. She sold her WWE Hall of Fame ring.
Remember that.
It just sucks. It completely sucks. So anyway, Doug, looking ahead,
Looking ahead.
to season 4.
What episode are we going to cry during next? I mean,
there's a couple really interesting ones. There's a couple insanely shitty ones. I think Adrian Adonis is going to be a surprisingly good one. I'm obviously completely tuned into Doink, my boy Matt Bourne.
Mhm.
Like I am obsessed with Matt Bourne, and Janetti for Janetti purposes. Janetti could be a 2-hour.
Oh, the
Who's
last
Janetti?
one.
Marty
No, I said,
Jannetty.
where's Janetti?
Where's Janetti? I'm like, what the fuck? And I think Bam Bam is. I hope Bam Bam's really good. Bam Bam has a great shoot that's out there on YouTube where it's him. I think he's in like a comic book store or something like that. And he's just, it's so fucking real. Like he's just, yeah. I will find it and I'll post it. It's not that hard to find.
Bash at the Beach could be interesting.
Bash at the Beach is going to suck because it's just going to have fucking Russo on there as he's like in front of like the fucking Rocky Mountain Pro ring being like, bro, I got this angle where I'm having this black guy do this thing.
Anyway, it should be a good season.
It should be a good season. If anyone is going to, if you have the ability to look at ones to watch, I'm going to just I'll put like a quick blog out on the site at the itsallprowrestling.com. I'll do it within the week of the ones that I recommend because I've watched them all because I'm a goddamn mark. Because it's ones that either I was surprised that I like learned a lot about, or it was just really well done. So I will set that up, and you can use that as a viewer's guide if you want.
I like stories of Too Cold Scorpio getting ready to go. God, who is he gonna go stab? Was it Hawk or?
And like maybe one of the Steiners held him back or something like that. Like
it was something.
So he wasn't going to stab a Steiner.
Or Benoit was.
That.
Benoit
was holding him back.
Yeah, because Benoit was his roommate.
Oh God, absolutely insane.
That was a crazy.
Oh yeah, because that was the whole joke is that you know things are out of control when Benoit is stopping you from committing murder. God damn it.
Oh.
Before we get into talking way too much about AEW,
yes, sir.
Local events coming up. Good chance that before you're hearing this has already happened. Lucha Libre and Laughs. Doug talked about it last week. We talked about it on the Double or Nothing Spectacular. It is Friday and Saturday, June 2nd and 3rd. Best wishes, warmest regards at the O. I just saw a tweet by Lucha Libre and Laughs. There's only one ticket left for Friday. So that's fucking awesome. They're on their way to selling out. Yeah, one. Yeah, and they're going to be selling out Saturday. So if you hear this and it's still not sold out, I don't know why. Get a ticket. It's fucking awesome. But for everything else coming up the following week, so this would be later. Rocky Mountain Pro is going to be up at Snowpack Tap Room up in Conifer, Colorado, the 4th. So that would be Sunday. AEW, Doug, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. Dynamite and Rampage tapings at It's Not That Beautiful. Kind of a weird place to hold the fucking wrestling show. I've seen a wrestling show there. It sucked. I remember it greatly. Broadmoor World Arena. Yeah. And then for those in Oklahoma, Core Professional Wrestling is having a show in Sand Springs, Oklahoma, On June 9th, Summer Send-Off. That's at Hill Spring Church. There's a couple wrestlers that we're familiar with that are actually going to be there. Check it out. STF Pro Wrestling, June 10th. This is in South Jordan, Utah. Wrestle Off 2023. This is a big card. Off the top of my head, I know Rhino's going to be there, but there's also going to be a lot of other people. I would go for just Rhino because I love that square boy.
Is that the one that has Gangrel on the flyer also?
Yes, Gangrel's on there too. Yeah, Gangrel and fucking Rhino. Fuck yeah. I'm for that. And then the last one I have set up for is Primos on June 11th. So next Sunday, June 11th, Joan Jetson's Big Queer Launch 2. It's going to be at the Roxy. Special guest of honor is going to be Effie. Effie's coming back to town. It's also the big Pride weekend for Denver. If you're doing Pride events down in Denver, this seems like a good way to either cap off or start off your Pride event. Joan Jetson's Big Queer Launch 2.
That one looks like a really cool event overall. Like you said, if you're going to be there for the events going on, like the first 2 hours is going to be like a DJ dance party, an art exhibit, and then the wrestling at like 6.
It's an experience. It's a full-on experience.
For sure. Yeah, it's not just wrestling.
I think Dad is there, and
yes,
Dad is a whole nother animal.
Dad is the one that's doing like the dance party from 3 to 5 or something like that.
What's funny is I was just like, oh, cool. Fuck yeah. Effie again. Cause I love Effie. And then I saw Dad. I'm like, oh fuck, Dad's there. Fuck. I don't know. I mean, I truly want to figure this one out. Like I want to get down there and figure this one out. Cause Dad boxes.
Huh.
He's a boxer and a wrestler. He beats children. It's a fucking, Dad is a
and apparently a DJ.
Apparently a DJ. And so anyway, those are the local events for the Rocky Mountain / kind of Great Plains region. Mm-hmm. So check it out. It's all prowrestling.com/calendar. Just go to the website. We have everything updated as best as we can. I'm trying. God damn it, I'm trying.
You're doing a great job, Bill.
Oh, thanks, pal.
We appreciate it.
Doug, what are you drinking? Have you finished your drink yet?
I finished my Kettle One and Red Bull Zero, Bill.
What was the Red Bull Zero? Like Red Bull 0.0? Or was it like a flavor?
No, just straight zero.
It was the black can? Like the black?
Fuck yeah. That's my choice.
Drink those?
Oh, what? Yeah.
Who the fuck drinks those? I didn't think they made those anymore.
15 calories, 0 sugar, and only 45 milligrams of sodium.
A sugar-free fucking Red Bull's 10 calories.
Yeah, but it has like 150 grams of sodium.
Oh,
because I was looking at the two. I'm like, well, what's the fucking difference? And I'm like, oh shit, sugar-free has a shitload of sodium.
I don't care about my sodium. That's why I go to the ER.
Well, I went to the ER, and now I do have to care about my sodium.
Yeah, they didn't tell me shit, so I'm good.
San Diego will come up to your mother and say, what a great party, Mom. Your mom disowns him because he's not your father. But Jesus Christ loves a bone. Bone, bone, bone.
Bill.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have anything, so do you have something ready? Hey, Bill, did you watch AEW this week from beautiful San Diego, California?
I did, Doug. And first thing, 100% kudos to the San Diego crowd. God damn it, that was a good crowd. Compared to that shit fucking burg, Las Vegas, San Diego was amazing. Great fucking crowd. They were perfect in every way. That's where I want to leave it at. I thought it was great. Good card, great crowd.
I got 3/4 of it. Did you? I don't remember where I left off. All I know is I missed the Chris Statlander match.
Chris Statlander versus Nyla Rose, I thought was pretty solid.
Nice.
I liked it. Statlander looked good. Nyla Rose looked fine. I'm glad to see Nyla Rose on TV because she hasn't been on TV in a long time. I think she's actually heading over to Tokyo Joshi, if I remember seeing my internets right.
Okay.
So I think that's a good thing for her.
For sure.
It was a good match. I did watch the main event, Doug, the thing that we were supposed to watch from fucking Double or Nothing.
Oh, fuck. How was that main event, Bill?
It was better. It was way the fuck better than Cole versus Jericho at Double or Nothing.
Was it?
Britt was good. Jericho and Cole were good.
Okay.
Britt was good. Saraya was absolute dog shit.
What's it about?
Absolute fucking dog shit. God bless Britt. Yeah, that's where I'm at with Britt. I'm trying to turn on a new leaf with Britt. Britt was still really soft with her. And she's throwing in an elbow and it doesn't look like it looks good as far as it connecting. The speed or the ferocity or something like that is still she looks like she's soft.
Gotcha.
Which is my complaint about Britt. It's just like I want you to be a badass. I really do.
And that's going to help your opponent.
I want you to watch Jamie Hayter and not be worried about accidentally doing something a little too hard, a little too stiff. And especially because like she goes in with elbows, like it's all over the internet. And by internet, I mean Twitter, because I'm that asshole. But like Hot Tag comes in, Britt comes in, starts throwing elbows. The elbows look weak to Saraya. Saraya then kind of like fumbles up a whip to the ropes. Like Saraya, it's just so weird. Like Saraya bends down. She does this thing with her hands where she's like playing patty cake with the mat or something. And she's waiting there, and it just looks bad.
Huh.
And then like Britt comes up, and then somehow Saraya gets her into like a package or a fisherman buster, a brain buster with a leg catcher. And they have to check on Britt legitimately because she might have got dropped on her fucking head. Man, like I don't want to hate Saraya. I fucking don't want to. I was insanely in love with Paige when she debuted in WWE.
I was really excited when she came over. I thought it was going to be great for the women's division. I thought like I think with everyone, it's going to elevate the women's division in AEW and
didn't do shit. It actually hurt
into it. Well, I can tell you from this week that TK is back to listening to our podcast.
Doug, I didn't tell you. I'm back on staff. I've been back on staff since before Double or Nothing.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, how many White Claws is he up to now?
Dude, I got a fridge full of those mangoes, baby.
Motherfucker. That's pretty cool.
That's why I ordered all the wrong size koozies.
The wrong size.
The wrong size, air quotes. Shut up. God.
So why is he listening to us? Well, because in our Double or Nothing Spectacular, we are singing the praises of Swerve and Big Bill, and we always sing the praises of Trent and Best Friends. So,
yeah, and Orange Cassidy. The Orange Cassidy run might be because of me.
We've been talking about Lee Moriarty a few times in the last weeks.
Lee's been Lee versus Shibata tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's on fucking Rampage.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
what the
you
fuck?
bring
Actually,
in
Rampage
Shibata
looks
for a
really good.
Rampage?
Yeah, Rampage looks really good.
There's one thing.